the other side now. Using some amalgam. This is a little bad, but well, a little mixed a few minutes ago, but whatever. It will work. Oh, when you are doing the distal second, which is a good idea, just because you can keep amalgam off your mesial, I would advise doing that. Because if you don't, the amalgam may set on top, and then you're gonna have to recarve your other portion of the tooth. So, what I'm gonna do is pack the pit first, and then I'll come back and work my way up with the amalgam onto the slope. That way, when you push from the lingual, you have some resistance so the amalgam doesn't actually want to fall out through the buccal. So exciting.
Yeah, the nail goes through.
Alright, I'll come back to that. Now, we're going to take it, and I'm going to work my way from the bottom of the lingual groove. Trick, put your finger here, squeeze the amalgam, and push in with this, and then your finger, okay? Just like that. Sorry, Bob's chin was in the way. Alright, finger, push, and compress with your amalgam. That's it. And you just complete it all the way around. Let's get the small pack. I'm gonna do more of a light packing here just to get the amalgam to stay inside the prep, and then I'll follow with the heavier packing. I think we'll make that work. That should be enough. Let me see. Bob, stop moving. Might just be better off using the large compactor and just use some force. is the most annoying part right here. Sorry. Can you see from there? So I'm compacting right now as if I'm cold burnishing, just trying to push against the surfaces a bit. I'm not very happy with that, but we'll see how this works. Cold burnish.
Like, if you're here, doing the buckle wall is easier, but trying to get that angle wall, if you're 7 or like 8 inches.
I guess I'm like this, sorry. Took a little too long to compact that, but you guys will be fine. Control yourself by using your finger to not jab the other end of the mesial end of the prep. Because if you do that, you're going to cause an undercut. Or I mean, hypo. Yeah. I'm already forgetting how this prep's look. Here we go. There it is. Cool. Sorry. Oh, that's a big box. Just try to get fancy. Bad. I'm sorry. Looks like an earthquake in my loops every time that happens. It's kind of funny. Alright. So if you're afraid to use this instrument, you can also use your Explorer if your amalgam's still really soft, but chances of that are slim if this is your first go at it. Yeah. So I'm doing very lightly. I'm just gonna, you guys don't want to start on amalgam, move to tooth. You always want to start on tooth, move to amalgam, but I'm just really trying to define this slope here. And work it in. Work it in with the groove. And I'm just coming back in. Oh, what you guys could do, I was reminded, is just take what's called Q-tip and run it through your prep. Don't do this when your amalgam's super soft, or you're gonna mess everything up. But it's set up enough to where it'll remove any light particles that are still sitting on from your carving. And then I go back in and I'll check with the Explorer. If you guys want to check lightly with the Explorer, if you're pretty confident, do so, because every time you check with your Explorer when it's really late in the game, like now, you're going to have scratch marks left on your prep, which are okay, because what you guys don't know is we polish amalgam. I don't know if you know that yet, but you just don't do it on the same appointment. You usually wait 24 hours before they come back. And that's fine. That's just a defect in the prep right there that you're looking at. Looks like everything is flush. The Explorer is running smooth. It's a little catch right here. That's when I said bad sleep, but I got cocky and went from amalgam to tooth, and I caused a hypo. Very minor, but it's still a hypo nonetheless. So always go from tooth to amalgam, or stay on the tooth and carve into the amalgam like I've been doing in the video. And that's pretty much it. Let's take it out and look at it. If you want to pause the video, you can. Alright, so the prep overall came out to my liking. I had in the central pit, a little bit of a quote-unquote bubble of amalgam that I just like scraped out. It just wasn't carved out initially. It wasn't too big, but yeah, I took that out. And then on the lingual, it's not so much of a huge catch, but it's a catch nonetheless. Right there. That's just when I started on the amalgam and then transitioned to the tooth. So try to stay safe and not do that. Let me turn this light off so you can focus. Switch to here. But overall, I'm happy with it. It looks like crap through photos and videos because I scratched in the central groove a little late. And then I showed an example, but your prep's gonna come redone. We just hit this really fast for the sake of the video. I don't recall if it's bigger than this. I don't think it is. This is about the right size. If you want to make your prep bigger to practice, go ahead and do that. It'll get your anatomy carving in well practice for you. But that is all. I'm about to do a prep here in a second, and we'll make a video of that for you guys as well for 30-0. Cool. Thanks, guys.